What's going on, everyone? This is Lo-Fi Noah, and today we got something. Look, if you've been a part of the channel, I played Borderlands, and we got to talk about it. They finally released some gameplay. That's what we got to talk about today. Got to watch the video. Now, I have already watched the video and everything, so I already got spoiled. I think I watched it on Friday and everything, but I want to go back over it, get my reaction on it, and then to talk about it as well. Because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm not even gonna hold you. I have a lot to say with this game, and I'm just gonna say this now. This is gonna be the make or break for Borderlands. Like, hands down, it has to be good. Like, there's no way around that. Okay, whether you're a Borderlands content creator or not, this has to make or break it. Because if they don't make it, it breaks. That's it. But I want to recap. Also write down what they shown us, what they're giving us, and then talk about it a little bit, and then from there we'll get into something else. Gearbox Software Games 2K Games presents.
What use is a vault hunter?
Okay,
What use is a
that's the siren. That's the siren. Okay,
a brute? A rule-breaking, loot-taking.
okay, that's like the Brawley character. I remember that.
You are in
She got changed up a lot. When we first saw her pictures of her, she looked it but
a word.
definitely she looks better. So that's the mech. And that's the other mech.
That personally.
Dude, can I just say, I like Borderlands 3 look. I don't know how some people felt about it, but when they first introduced us to Borderlands 3 look, and then now they're looking to improve it a lot more, and then gave us this, I'm just gonna say this now. Borderlands needed to upgrade with their graphics. Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, it's just really outdated with their graphics. I'm glad they finally found their lone little graphics. The game is still cartoonish at the end of the day, but it still looks like a Borderlands in a sense. So I'm happy with this, not gonna lie. I just need them to talk about it, bro. The cinematics is cool and all. They did it. I gotta say this now. I do like the fact we can just drive around that mug. Okay, I am glad we're getting new, different types of vehicles. I hated in Borderlands 3 the circle looking thing. I didn't like it. Okay, I liked it kind of Borderlands 2 with the bandits truck. I think the bandits truck, it was just OP. It just looked cool.
A citywide curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
Dude. The boss. I'm saying this right now too. They better go hard with the bosses. Like, they should be able to bring in raids, bring in almost everything from all the different sides. Like, this needs to be the game. This needs to be the game. The one thing I don't want to see back in Borderlands, I swear to God, arenas. I swear to God, I don't care. Arenas was trash. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was garbage. Borderlands 1 arena was garbage. Borderlands 2 arena was garbage. And don't even get me started on Borderlands 3 or Tiny Tina Wonderland. Even though I already said Tiny Tina Wonderland. But do not even get me started. Do not bring back arenas. They trash. Unless you just improve it. But it's just not it, bro.
Heyo, I'm Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox Entertainment. Today, we're giving you our deepest look yet at Borderlands 4. All the excitement, loot.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm glad he didn't do no crazy stuff. He just got a simple shirt. He didn't do nothing too crazy. Because some of the things, so I seen Twitter and to see how he acts and stuff like that, and I'm just glad that
And gnarly carnage
it's
all
cool.
running on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Okay.
Since creating the looter-shooter genre nearly 16 years ago, we've
Right.
continued to refine the formula, delivering better loot, greater freedom, and endless mayhem. And with Borderlands 4, we push things even further.
Okay.
This is hands down our best Borderlands ever. All new movement, ability.
You hear that, right? Best Borderlands ever. So they are saying this themselves. So let me write this down real quick. Best Borderlands ever. Number 2. Okay.
Bigger and badder enemies in a brand new planet, all in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players
Okay.
with incredible new places and a great story. And for our longtime Borderlands fans, we're
Okay.
throwing back to our more grounded tone while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever.
They needed to do this in Tiny Tina Wonderlands and Borderlands 3. It took them this long to get it to this. The game is not even out yet, but I hope it be good. I hope they really stick to that, what they're saying. Okay. Saying focus more on gameplay and be more grounded with how the game used to be. Okay.
Before. This is the culmination of years of hard work from my teammates across the Gearbox Studios. So enough talk, let's get it. This is Borderlands 4.
Okay.
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap
Yep.
and guns are plentiful. You play as a Vault Hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities called action skills.
I like the characters again. I think the characters are done really, really well. This final look for them, just I like it.
Today I'm playing as Vex, our new siren. She wields supernatural phase energy to devastating effect. She can use that energy to empower herself, or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight alongside her.
She's gonna be my must play. If it's not her, it's the tech girl on the left of her. But definitely, like, majority of people are gonna play Siren. Like, the game is always around Siren. So, like, of course. So she better go crazy.
Because everything's better in co-op, I'm joining as Rafa, a former TDR soldier who wears an experimental exosuit. He can
This fits for like your Zane's people, your Moses people, or what's his name? Yeah, I said Zane, I said Mose. Like one more character, Zero, like those characters.
construct an arsenal of weapons, like the razor-sharp arc knives.
These are 2 of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you
Okay.
can play at launch.
Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict.
Okay.
For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden,
Time.
controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines. Anyone who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known as the Order.
That is until 6 years ago when Elpis showed up. This rogue moon was teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3
Yeah.
by the legendary Vault Hunter Lilith. When it reappeared across the galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysmic event that disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up, some even ripping out their bolts, and chunks of their brain along with it.
Here it comes!
That's the situation our Vault
Dude, the graphics again looks pretty good. I can't hate on it.
Hunters have crash landed into. A planet ready to explode, and you're the spark. As you explore, you'll meet a cast of incredible characters.
New characters that can probably get thrown away, just like all the other ones, but who knows?
Fan favorites return,
We do got some
like
returns.
Zane and Moxie.
Now, of course, I gotta say this now. It wouldn't make sense if Moxie was not in the game. Okay, that right there, like she's just bad. Okay, there's no way we would have not gotten Borderlands without Moxie being there. Okay, I am liking the look though. I did when I first saw it. I was like, yeah, Moxie's look is better than Borderlands 3. Okay, I even like how Zane looks now from Borderlands 3. Like this look right here makes him look a lot more cooler.
You'll also meet new friends like Rush,
And as always, Claptrap is along for the ride.
Of course, Claptrap.
Last but not least is Echo 4. This helpful drone follows you everywhere, hacking order tech, scanning the environment, and helping guide you to objectives. But enough of all that. Let's get into the game.
This is pretty much like the little pet that just helps you throughout the game. This will help people who just want their hands to be held throughout the game. They don't really want to figure nothing out. It's really glad. Plus, pretty sure he brings the way that you can get like your motorcycles or different vehicles that you drive around the map. So that's a good thing.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends.
The lobbies look different.
And with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your friends on any platform.
That's good.
Today, we're venturing into Terminus Range.
I'm glad that a lot of games are doing this now, where they're making it to where you can play with PC people, console people, Nintendo Switch. It just, at this point, like, there's games that shouldn't just be like, my fault. There should be games that just do this automatically. We shouldn't have games anymore where they're only exclusive to that particular console or that particular platform. We just need to have everything integrated. You can probably argue about FPS games. Those are the only ones that I would kind of agree with. Other than that, like, it's a W.
Frigid mountainous region.
Now we just need cross save
zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
Good.
For our current mission, we need to break into a secret black site located deep in the mountains. One of the Timekeeper's generals, Vile Lichter, has been conducting grotesque experiments on locals. It's up to us to stop him.
I like the new look.
All right, let's get moving.
I didn't understand the little healing thing that they got because it's different from how I remember it and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they'll explain it again.
Here I'm using Glide, one of our new movement abilities.
Dude.
Along with dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple.
Okay, I had to let him show all that. Dude, when I saw this, I was nutting. I was like, like, you just don't know. Like, this, even though it's something small, I am very glad that they did this. This feels so good. So very good. They changed the movement because I think back to Borderlands pre-sequel when we had when we was in space and everything, and we could use the little, I forgot what it's called. It's a little thing that helps you breathe. Unless you was playing Claptrap, you didn't have to worry about that. But that helps you pretty much glide around the map, move around with no issues and stuff like that. You can like slam. Like, that is what I kind of think they got that from. Okay, and the climbing, I was really shocked by the climbing. But like, bro, that's, to me personally, this alone just makes me want to nut. Like that, even though it's so small, it's definitely a step in the right direction. It's annoying. Try to drive around and move around.
And to bring Kairos to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
Got double jump.
There's also plenty of local wildlife to contend with, like these Kratch, flying beasts who attack in flocks.
Okay.
Here we've come across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos. There's no need to pick up a mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Nice.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
That makes it easier on us to do side quests and missions. I like that. It says, I'm gonna write that down. Don't have to pick up any missions.
Now that we're in charge, we can fast travel to the silo. And as a bonus, it's revealed the approximate location of a vault key fragment. We can collect these fragments to unlock a hidden vault, a high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
Okay.
Let's get after it.
No, if I remember correctly, no fall damage, right? Yep, no fall damage.
Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off.
This is another good movement because sometimes in Borderlands, certain maps just takes too long. And unless you're playing characters like Borderlands 2, for instance, what was it, Maya, or if you was playing Borderlands 1, you would play Lilith, or you would play, there's like one more, but like they had abilities that made it like easier to travel or move around the map pretty much faster. And yeah, like I'm glad they have stuff like this.
And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle.
Yes.
Just hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize the body.
Yeah, you don't have to go to no Digistruct no more. I am so happy. I can just nut about this part.
Paint job.
This is so
even how it
good.
handles.
And because this is Borderlands, you best believe it has guns.
The guns are probably going to be pretty. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think they're going to hit hard, but it's already in right step the direction.
As you traverse, you'll encounter a host of dynamic events. From border patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
Okay.
All right, we're coming up on an order outpost. Let's see the new movement abilities in action.
Okay. Bro's doing all of that. He didn't have to do all that. All bro had to do just turn and shoot at it.
Chaining our new traversal abilities together makes combat more dynamic than ever.
The sliding. Okay.
Melee attacks, dodge projectiles, or quickly reposition to gain an advantage.
The slamming down. He didn't even hit nothing. What was that? I do like the the grappling to the game. That again, another good step in the right direction.
Around here somewhere, but we've got a mission to get back to. Let's pull out Echo 4 to show us where to go.
We're meeting up with none other than the Tigra Partali herself, Amara.
Okay.
She's a former vault hunter and exotic pet sitter from Borderlands 3.
Yep.
She came to Kairos in search of Lilith and is now helping us take down the Timekeeper.
I'm hoping they focus a little bit more on sirens with the story here, but also it's a good direction that they brought back Amara. I just wish they would bring back a lot more characters, but this is like another point that I'll probably address on because after watching it, I didn't see too much else on it, but another point.
Don't you whine at me, homies. We'll play in a moment, huh? Ugh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're having full conversations with animals.
You don't use security like that unless you've got something to hide. This must be the path to the black side.
Agreed. But if Lilith is on the other side, I don't mind some property destruction.
Ooh, your specialty. Please, be my guest.
I like the new look. Hair's pretty straight.
Come, let's throw some light on this black site of his. This place is crawling with creeps. Clear them out.
Co-op has always been at the heart of Borderlands.
Right.
A ton of work into making it better than ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party. This way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
And you don't have to worry about looting and
I'm so hold on. Let me let him finish it. Let me let him cook
stealing
it.
your drops, as loot is always instanced for each player. Plus, if you ever get split up, you can easily fast travel to your friends.
I love this so very much because what this does is if I am like level 80, okay, and I did OP levels, I don't have to worry about joining my friend who's level 20 or 30 and they're just now playing through the game. That I am so thankful for this. It was so very annoying because what you will have to do is then cut back on that character. Like you couldn't play your character, you couldn't replay through the story or whatnot with the character. You had to like use another character at lower levels. I am so thankful, so very thankful. Okay, so very good. And then too, of course, helping with the loot stuff. Me personally, I liked it. The funniness of it, like where some people could steal the loot from each other. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it in the game for you to do if you want to experience that. But this is another like step in direction for a lot of people because some people don't want to get their loot stolen. So I mean, kind of makes sense.
And two-player split screen returns so you can enjoy couch co-op. Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
Imagine having friends.
What the hell is that?
You know, I think that showing that the enemy is fire and everything, I like this. I like how it's telling you the element of the enemy that you're fighting. That is really, really good. Because normally you'll have to tell by just how the color looks and then the text of it. But now it's telling you like, hey, it's fire right next to it. Little subtle things like that, but definitely I like it.
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind, another of his experiments. If he's doing this to creeps, I shudder to think what he's doing to Lilith. We need to get inside. That air vent. Let's check it out. Hermes is really creeped out in here. Not me, obviously. Hermes.
Now that we're in the black site, let's take a moment.
By the way, I'm just gonna say this now. I didn't find the jokes that funny in a lot of the Borderlands games. I hope that improves. I think there's some jokes that are funny, but yeah.
To talk about loot. In Borderlands 4, each piece of gear comes from one of 8 manufacturers with their own characteristics and trademarks.
I'm glad they did this. This is so much better. So glad. Okay. Because me personally, I didn't want them to try to always make new weapons for every single Borderlands game. Because this game has too many guns. Like, that's the whole point of Borderlands. Guns, guns, guns. Okay. So the only thing that kind of makes sense here is combining all the different manufacturers. I am 100% behind this. I am so glad.
There's Jacobs with crit-friendly black powder weapons.
Yeah.
Elemental expertise of Maliwan. Vladoff, who solve lower accuracy with more bullets. The toss to reload Tedior.
I am a Jacobs and Maliwan and Vladoff player. So those 3 are going to be my favorite. I didn't like Tedior.
With explosions.
Not an explosion person.
We also have 3 new ones. The Order.
What
Powerful
is
charge and release blast. Fully auto rippers.
And
the reliable, easy-to-use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
Now that I'm looking forward to that.
We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon. For instance, this flat-off assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Maliwan elemental switch, meaning it shoots fast and explodes things. The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot.
Okay.
And that's before even getting into alt-fire modes, underbarrels, and elemental damage.
The possibilities are truly endless.
To support playing with your favorite manufacturer, we've added enhancements.
Okay.
This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers.
Okay.
Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with deadless parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage.
This may... I don't know. I don't know if this is a lot better than the artifacts. I like the artifacts in the game for me personally, but I think I could gravitate to it. You know, that means whatever weapon that you're using, that makes you want to prioritize certain weapon or certain melee, not melee, I'm about to say melee, certain weapons manufacturers over the other ones. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer,
see,
turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
Finally, we've heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This makes for our most satisfying loot chase ever. And at the top of everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands 3, they drop too often. This not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable. In our new system, not only do all guns feel great, but now legendaries will truly be special events. We've added the magic back to our loot chase, and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
But let's get back to combat so I can show you my favorite thing, Ordnance. This is the new gear slot for grenades and heavy weapons like rocket launchers.
You're not gonna lie, I'm glad they did this. A lot of people, especially me, if you play certain characters, you mainly use rocket launchers and that stuff because the build or the character prioritizes over that, especially if you're like a Borderlands 2 player. Borderlands 3, you kind of had that issue, but to me, not as bad, but yeah.
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, Ordnance now has cooldown timers. No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
I like that.
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action skills. Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and pull out Trouble. As you can see, each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before. On top of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
Different builds completely change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment. You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to shock, fire, or any other elemental type.
And also, you can pet the cat.
Dead end. Oh.
I like the direction they're going with this. This is Borderlands 3 type of feel, and also a little bit of Wonderlands as well, because they tried to play around with either giving us multiple skill trees in the same character or giving us augments, and then of course, if I remember correctly, trying out one more thing. And I remember especially from like modes where like you had the different like augments on the side and you pick those as you go down the tree, and that changes up how her like mech worked. So that's really, really good. I like the direction they're going with that.
Let's see where this vent takes us. God, are those tests?
And then it looks like they changed. Well, no, that's probably just demanding the pet and stuff. Never mind. I thought it was like the second skill tree.
Oops.
Yeah, so that is how you tell if it's elemental or not. That's really good. Bro, the aiming, bro. Dude, that pistol looks sick. Did I just see her do the movement? It's about to go crazy. I didn't notice that. What are you shooting at? What are you shooting?
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return.
Okay.
Of course. I could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit.
Your rev kit, yeah.
Provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
This would change up a lot of the builds as well. Like, would you go for more damage? Maybe on like a more tankier I'm about to say Warframe. A tankier build, you probably put more health. That gives you more armor. So yeah.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Oh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay. That's right. No more save loading to run bosses. Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
But we'll talk more about endgame later. For now, let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass.
The boss. This looks pretty cool.
In Borderlands 4, our bosses are bigger and better than ever, putting all your new skills, gear, and abilities to the ultimate test.
That aim is crazy. What is bro aiming at? What is bro aiming?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Spoilers. That's enough of that for now. But we look forward to showing you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
Okay, June.
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
Dude. Okay. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Borderlands 4, but I'm still worried. The biggest thing I'm worried about as a player is in-game, majority the replayability of it. That's where my mind is at. Ultimately, it looks pretty good. I can't hate on it too bad, to be honest, but there's a lot of things I want to say. I'm gonna save that for another video, but I'm genuinely happy. I'm glad that the game's looking good. I'm glad that they changed a lot of things, worked on different things, and trying to go back to how the game used to be. I am happy with that. The reason why I also stopped really playing Borderlands was how the game was going. Like, I didn't know how the game was going to be after Wonderlands, and when I saw everything from like the state of play and everything else and how Twitter is, like, it generally just made me want to stop playing the game, in all honesty. Like, that's why if you look at my channel now, I was playing Borderlands and I stopped, and those are the reasons. Is just, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they stick to what they said and work on a lot of different things. Other than that, I'd catch you guys in the next one.